Hi, my name is Marc from jazzguitarlessons.net. So today we're going to discuss learning your instruments. I was talking about this in the previous video about devising your own practice routine, link here. And I was saying that beginners especially should spend a lot of time learning the instrument. So here's what I mean in a few more details. Every musician that wants to be an accomplished jazz player should learn all the notes on his instrument, find the locations of arpeggios, chords, scales, guide tones, all things related to tunes or common progressions. It's part of the deal. So on guitar, there are really 3 ways to go about this, and hopefully you can do 3 ways very well, and you can also learn from a method book. My favorite method, which I discussed on the website, is called A Modern Method for Guitar from Berkeley Press. It's probably the best jazz guitar method, or the best guitar method, period, ever written. It's in 3 volumes, and if you do the first 2 volumes, I can guarantee you're going to make strides in many areas. Unfortunately, this book addresses mainly the position playing on the guitar. A position is simply to play and stick your hand to the same frets, perhaps stretching a little bit with the index or the pinky, but that's about it. So if I were to play a major scale in A flat, I could play it like this. That was in position which I call 6-2, which is in the Berkeley method. But I could have also played the same A flat scale in different positions. It's very good for, learning the neck in different boxes. Unfortunately, it tends to show in jazz guitar beginners and intermediate that they're stuck in one position when they do things. If you learn a tune and you always wind up in the same place to play the same changes. So that's method 1, the most common position thing. The second method for learning the fretboard is to play horizontally on individual strings. So for me, probably the best exercise is to play just a C major scale, a C chord, cowboy chord, like this. I know it doesn't sound jazzy, it's just the way it is. And you map out the natural notes on your instrument. So you learn C major scale on a little string. So you got C is here. But you have to find all the other notes that are the white keys on the keyboard, in fact. So C, D, E, open E, F, G, A, B, C. The exercise is to improvise a little line, or many little lines, punctuated by a C chord just on one string. That as an exercise to better learn your fretboard. Then you can better go about when stuck in outside of a position, you still know your notes on the fretboard. So what happens when you do this, you start to really understand the fingerboard mechanics and where the notes are located, the half steps, the whole steps. It's like playing a guitar that has just one string. Then you can start combining strings. Say you play on 2 different strings 1 and 2, and play on that C major chord. Of course, this is just the beginning step of learning your instrument this way. You can take that as far as you want. If you're covering more advanced material right now, you can start to say, hey, how about I play that tune or that lick or that blues on just one string. Hey, 4th string, let's do a B flat blues, So that helps a lot. And then finally, the third way to learn the instrument of the guitar is to play what I call diagonally. Diagonally is like shifting between positions, but very often. The result is 3 or 4 notes on each string if you're playing a scale. So you look at your neck, you see your scale, let's say 3 octaves, and you see all the notes, but it's not in just one place, it's everywhere at the same time. So it's like combining your position and the single string aspect of it. So you go from here to here with a diagonal line. There's a page on jazzguitarlessons.net about that diagonal playing. There's also another video I posted a while back that discusses it. So here's, for instance, just G major scale in diagonal position, 3 octaves. website. So finally, what I was mentioning in the practicing video, that you have to spend, if you're a beginner, a lot of your practice time just learning the instrument. If you cannot play in C major over all your fretboard, please do it right now. Do it for a week, 10 minutes a day, and then you're gonna have it. And then the week after, learn another key, or learn another lick or another chord, and do the same process. Use positions a little bit. It doesn't matter if you have little holes in your knowledge of the fretboard. You're trying to learn slowly but surely. And the more tunes you learn, and the more licks you learn, and the more scales you learn, this is going to fill up, more or less. So please use your practice time effectively and learn your instrument. If you're an advanced player, learn your instrument, I'd say a little less every day, but still, spend time doing it. My main advice for more advanced players is to use the diagonal playing fashion a lot, because you can play arpeggios in that fashion. Say you want to cover all the notes on your neck on one arpeggio that has 4 notes. I'll demonstrate with C major, C, E, G, B. But you can start on your lowest note available, which is an open E. E, G, B, C. This is a really good exercise, especially if you're going through a tune. Let's say you're learning a new tune and you want to play arpeggios like this. So you just go up and down for the length of the change. So if it's 2 beats, you play 4 8 notes. If it's 4 beats, you play 8 notes. But you don't change the direction of your line unless you run out of frets, either way, here or up here. So thank you for watching this lesson. I hope you can learn your instrument better and have a better idea of how to learn the guitar. See you soon on jazzguitarlessons.net.